Sports Complex is the venue for this RSPL Sunday fixture between the league's #2 team, Tivoli Gardens, and the team sitting 9th at the moment, Boys Town. There is Jermaine Teddy Johnson. He turns 37 years old in June, but what an exciting player he is. He has lit up the RSPL season with his exciting dribbling skills and scoring ability with 16 goals so far this season. The pre-match formality is about to happen. There's Edward Siaga, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, president of the Tivoli Gardens Sports Club, and a real servant here for the community at Tivoli Gardens. And they are looking forward to an important fixture here. They are 5 points off the leaders, UWI. A victory, of course, will take them closer, depending on what happens with UWI in the Monday night fixture in just over 24 hours from now, George.
Yes, indeed. The starting lineup for Tivoli Gardens, lads.
Dave Watkins in goal for Tivoli, Nicholas Smith, Barrington Price, Kimar Sivright, Kevin Graham, Paris, Reed, Facey, Morris, the 20-year-old, Jermaine Johnson, the 36-year-old leading scorer, and Marvin Stewart. That's the lineup for Tivoli Gardens for coach Damian Gordon. Gordon sits in for Omar Edwards, who is on a coaching course in Hungary at the moment. A 3-5-2 formation being used here by Tivoli Gardens with Graham, Marvin Stewart, Rowan Reed, and Nicholas Smith, along with Howard Morris, supporting the two frontmen, Jermaine Johnson and Jermaine Paris. Facey, Price, and Steve Wright at the back for Tivoli Gardens. Boys Town has the 40-year-old Kurt Porter in goal. There's Campbell, Ellis, Dennis, Frey, Benjamin, Gillespie, Wilson, Hardware, Thomas, and Nicholson. Boys Town using a 4-4-2 formation here with Kevin Wilson, Wayne Ellis, Ricardo Dennis, Kimarley Frey. Their midfield has Hardware, Gillespie, Benjamin, and Campbell. Lots of 30-year-olds in that midfield supporting the two front men.
Remain standing as we observe a moment's silence.
Minute of silence here with football against crime. And match introductions now. Boys Town playing in white and red today. Cardella Samuels, FIFA referee. She has the whistle this afternoon with Stephanie Dale, Yi Singh, and Keeble Williams, her assistants. Doyen Tummings, the fourth official. Tivoli in their traditional tangerine and black outfit. There's Jermaine Johnson, last to meet them, and has a jovial exchange there with the match officials, which I guess is reserved for the pre-match relationship, because usually when the match starts, Johnson doesn't have too many friendly words for the match officials.
That's as good as it will get between him and them. Cardella Samuels now laying down the law of the game to the two captains. Expect a very good encounter. It's always good to watch the Premier League at this stage of the season. No issues about fitness and form. Teams fighting for different objectives. Tivoli to be regular season champions, and of course Boys Town to maintain their status as a Premier League team.
Nicholas Smith leading the Tivoli Gardens team today in the absence of their regular captain Romain Brackenridge, the young central defender who is out with an injury. There's the Tivoli huddle. Dave Watkins in goal for them. There's Boys Town getting their groove on. Undefeated in their last 4 matches, Boys Town. And looking for their 4th victory in a row. 3-time Premier League champions, Boys Town, but no title since 1989. 27 years since they've won a Premier League title. They won't win this year for sure, but they're at the moment on a search to avoid relegation.
Saw Tivoli in that Waterhouse game, Lance, and they were really good, controlled the game, all aspects of that game in the 3 crucial areas: defense, midfield and attack. Boys Town have been enjoying their best run of form for the entire campaign. Confidence is coursing through the collective veins of this team, and that's why today will be a very, very, very keenly fought contest between 2 teams, again with different objectives, but playing so very well. That's what they have in common: good form coming into this encounter.
The kickoff for Tivoli. Jermaine Paris will kick off, and he's ready for the start. Referee Cardella Samuels gets this one going. Massive derby here between Tivoli and their neighbors Boys Town. And Smith, Morris, and Reed trying to force the ball upfield. There was a slight deflection, and this is Tivoli on the advance. Teddy Johnson there, trying to get his tricks going on the right side, giving up a throw here to Boys Town. Tough playing conditions. It's not the best field for the players to execute their technical skills. Boys Town recognizing that this is a really, really huge fixture for them. Boys Town last week with their, well, on Thursday with their victory over the defending champions Montego Bay United, lifting themselves out of the relegation zone for the first time since the middle of October. So they've been really, really stuck in the relegation zone. Even more than the relegation zone, they're actually fully at the bottom of the table for several months, Boys Town. It is very, very encouraging for their fans that they have managed a 3-game winning streak that now takes them to 9th. Not out of trouble, because they're just a touch off the relegation zone still.
Last time we did a Tivoli game was against the UWI. That team exploited, I'll tell you in a moment, exploited Tivoli's lax defending with hard running. Boys Town not similarly blessed with the kind of players to be able to apply that kind of effect to the game this afternoon. They may have to seek another route to breach this Tivoli defense.
Tivoli with a couple of their outstanding midfielders not in the starting roster. There's Boys Town's coach Andrew Price, a former player for Boys Town himself, and played on Manning Cup championship winning teams for St. George's College back in the mid-1980s. Many, many pounds ago. A bit of a hold up here because of an injury to the Boys Town player. Referee Sam was looking on, and some concern here for the Boys Town players. There's actually Kevin Wilson. It looks as if he's okay now. Game's gonna restart with a throw quickly for Tivoli. Paris under a lot of pressure. Smith gets a quick cross inside. Problems here for Boys Town trying to get the ball away. Ball driven across the box toward goal, but pretty tame in the end. Porta has no problems holding on to it.
Paris was instrumental in their win over Waterhouse. It was his penalty from which Jermaine Johnson tucked away his 2nd goal of the game.
Seabright shoved over from behind, has really stood up well in the defensive zone for Tivoli in the absence of their captain Brackenridge, who's been out several weeks because of whether it's a red card, suspension or injury. Seabright has shown a lot of quality in defense for Tivoli.
That he has. And then Paris, don't forget Lance, supplied the 1st goal for Johnson against Waterhouse last Monday. So heavily involved in the 2 goals Tivoli scored inside the National Stadium Monday Night Football, the most previous edition.
Passage of play there, almost looking like a volleyball match as the ball went airborne from side to side. Johnson fouled. Aggressive challenge by Kimari Frey. There's young Morris pushed off the ball by Wilson, who doesn't like the call from referee Samuels.
And I don't think that's a foul, and that's what Morris has cut out of his game in recent weeks. He doesn't have the body to be able to shield off any player, well, most players at this level. He needs to take a touch and get rid quickly.
Johnson with a header on goal, but tame. Does well to win the ball in the air there. Johnson, really experienced player. We spoke about his more than a decade playing football in England. Played for Bolton Wanderers, Oldham and Sheffield Wednesday, where he was at the longest. Had 231 caps for them and close to 30 goals. Also has 74 caps for Jamaica, Jermaine Teddy Johnson.
He's either the all-time appearance holder for Sheffield Wednesday Lance or second in that ranking. That just goes to show, well, here we go, flashpoint.
Johnson again. Fouled, which he constantly is because of his trickery and his extremely good ball handling skills. Most times players find it difficult to take the ball away from him legitimately.
But was there a stamp when Frey fell to the floor by Johnson? Let's see.
I thought there was. But it was a little bit concealed, and referee Samuels, who was in close enough quarters.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He slipped a little, and in trying to regain his footing, that's when the right boot stepped on in the area of Frey's ribs. So I'll give him a pass on that account.
Morris goes up for the header, almost gets it. Tivoli on the advance down the right side. Boystown haven't been able to touch a lot of the ball so far in this game. Now they have possession. Wilson here on the right with a cross inside, looking for Nicholson. Smith wins it, and Tivoli take care of things at the back pretty easily. Passing their way out of trouble. Morris challenged pretty alertly there, and Boystown trying to high press Tivoli at the moment and not allowing them too much comfort in their own area. I think it's going to be a free kick awarded. Foul here on Paris, just dragging his legs away. Seabright's long diagonal ball is pretty poor, but it was more lateral than diagonal, and no one gets it.
The wind just took it away from his intended target in the direction of Graham.
Pretty strong start here for Tivoli. George Boystown have not been able to have much comfort or much time on the ball. Reed. Johnson's first touch is excellent. Oh, players almost don't want to tackle him, do they? No, he loses the ball rarely on a one-on-one. Price. Smith robbed of the ball. Campbell, the veteran. Rafiq Thomas. Price gets the ball away, wastes no time. Doesn't want to give Shamar Nicholson a sniff of a chance here because he's a young striker with a lot of potency. So Price just got rid of the ball there. Yeah, Paris commits a foul there. Gives up a free kick to fall on Wilson. Campbell, 38 years old, Boystown veteran. Long kick inside. Stewart for Tivoli. Paris. Paris under pressure, loses it. Gillespie, free. Gillespie wants the ball back and gets it. Paris covering a lot of ground at the moment. He was just on the left side of the field just now fighting for the ball. There he's now on the right. Former Barbican player, Paris.
But given that he's standing in for a man who puts in a very, very good shift up front, Elton Thompson, he has to at least emulate the qualities that Thompson provides when he's defending for Tivoli. And that's the hustle and hurry defenders right across the line, from fullback to fullback.
There he's fighting for the ball now and wins it, does well. Paris keeps possession of the ball. Johnson waiting for it on the inside, the ball goes behind him. Cross from Paris, falling behind Johnson. Johnson over dribbles, gives up a goal kick.
That was a good cross. I blame Johnson for he overran the cross because it spent so much time in the air. He could have and should have adjusted his positioning. This is Paris muscling free off the ball. Has a look up, sees Johnson coming at the back post. And yeah, Teddy Johnson should have adjusted his run to gather that ball.
Yeah, he could have. Really good work there by Paris on the right side. Played for Barbican in their first and only sojourn in the top flight 2 seasons ago before being relegated. He was without question one of Barbican's most talented players. Throws a ball to Tivoli, pretty high inside their own half. Another throw. So pretty patchy first 10 minutes of this game.
The surface has had a lot to do with the untidy nature of the game so far.
Johnson being hustled by 2 men. Oh. Campbell. Trying to slide the ball across there. Unsuccessful. Paris. Graham. Almost 12 minutes gone here, and neither team really asserting themselves just yet. Nicholson looking for some support. To cross inside, but he's gone behind, and an injury as well.
Yeah, Sivraj running across and in attempting to block or at least to smother the cross, left a couple studs in on Frey, who had to go hard at the ball because he was running out of space and was being closed down by the defender, so went hard with the cross, which he didn't get right. That was because of the pressure from the Tivoli defender, Sivraj.
Two Boys Town players going up for the header. Thomas.
Oh, that's not a free kick referee. Thomas Condu.
Wilson. 12 minutes gone, no goals yet. Tivoli winning possession in midfield with Reed. Now Paris has the ball, has some support coming now with Smith coming to join him. Paris goes for goal. Paris over the top. Not a lot of power on the effort and didn't have enough venom, I would think, to trouble Porter in the Boys Town goal. Howard Morris it was with the effort. Young man turns 20 years old next week. Finding his footing now in the top flight, having played for Hydel with distinction in the Manning Cup competition. Johnson. Pretty lazy cross in there for Johnson.
Usually Johnson plays centrally, Lance, and runs at the defenders, the central defenders, but in the last 2 Tivoli attacks he's peeled off to the right-hand side of the left-hand side of the Tivoli attack, maybe trying to pull the defenders apart. Oh, that's a foul. No. Benjamin felt he was unfairly bumped out of the way by Howard Morris just now. Cardella Samuels not seeing it that way.
Frey putting some pressure on. Paris holds up the ball well. Morris is pulled over, and Tivoli winning a free kick deep inside the Boys Town half. A lot of intensity here. There's Benjamin, the guilty man. Pretty soon you expect him to start fussing with the referee.
Yeah, he had a quiet word with Jermaine Johnson just now during a potential flashpoint. But so far he's been calm. Let's see how long that will last as Kirk Porter organizes his wall.
Tivoli's free kick from the flank. Samuels isn't convinced that the two-man Boys Town wall is 10 yards as they should be. Now she is, although they creep a little further forward with her back turned to the play. Cross inside, danger here. And Benjamin gets the header out and gives up a corner. So Boys Town in some strife, and there's Benjamin now, his typical body language in strife with one of his teammates on this occasion.
He's actually remonstrating with the referee, saying that Morris fouled him, and then when he ran to tackle Morris, the referee blew for a foul that didn't occur. That's what he's saying.
Morris sets the ball up. Oh, the big header there. With Reed jumping high but failing to get to it. And now Thomas on the counter-attack here for Boys Town, but was a little too slow on that one and lost the advantage.
It was a beautiful chest control under tremendous pressure from Sivright, and then rather than try to gather the ball, Lance, he was looking for a teammate breaking to his right, and in taking time to do that, the defenders got back to strip him. Very good touch under pressure from Rafiq Thomas. He has that in his locker.
Porter.
Hardware, the Boys Town team, Lance, have found it difficult to get him into the game. Speak of the devil, here he is now.
Protects the ball well, Hardware. Gillespie wins the ball well for Boys Town. Campbell. Thomas. Bit of a stretch there for the veteran Campbell, who didn't have the legs to get to that one.
The idea was right, but Campbell not that zippy anymore, and acknowledges the pass from Rafiq Thomas. But yeah, Hardware is the one who hasn't been at the races so far for Boys Town in these opening 16+ minutes, Lance. And that's why Nicholson hasn't had much of a say so far in the affairs on the attacking front for the Boys Town team. Seems as if Kevin Graham has a man-marking job on Hardware to keep him quiet. Kevin Graham, the right back for Tivoli Gardens.
Boys Town depending a lot on Hardware's quality to lift them out of trouble. Free kick here to Tivoli on the left side. Nicholas Smith, who is their captain today. Lots of forward options there. Tall Roshane Facey has also gone in there to add some aerial support. Disappointing Smith's left-sided cross.
And so when you focus on one player, another player gets space. Gillespie is actually the Boys Town midfielder who has seen a lot of the ball, but so far has not used it to any devastating effect. I'm sure Andrew Price, the Boys Town coach, would want Hardware to be getting as much possession as Gillespie has had so far in this game.
Smith looking for some passing options. Paris on the front end. Benjamin grabbing for the ball even before the whistle went. He was fouled.
Making up the referee's mind for her.
With a lot of intensity, Damien Benjamin. Part of the older generation on this Boys Town team, a mix of over 30s and under 30s. Nicholson's header is tame, easily handled by Watkins in the Tivoli goal.
Easily out-jumped the defender there and hung like a basketballer. But in so doing, couldn't get any power on the header.
Gillespie, Benjamin, Hardware. Boys Town on the attack now with Frey from the left side. Good header out there by Facey for Tivoli. Johnson just being snatched, the ball snatched away from him then. Ellis with the clearance for...
Look down at the turf ruefully, Lance, because the weeds caused that ball to balloon on him at the last moment.
Benjamin, calm at the back. Fraze, pass finds Nicholson, whose first touch isn't the best. And they give up a throw. Boys down close to the touchline.
So far, Boys Town seem to want to go down their left-hand side. So they want to get Frey and Hardware combining and then send Frey on the overlap. I'll tell you more in a bit.
Paris attempts to get a cross inside. Actually does. Wilson with a clearance. Stewart trying to get himself some room to shoot. Oh, Fortuitous, the ball gets back to him. Oh, he fights as well to make that happen. Save right. Facey gets an important header in there, but Boys Town getting the clearance away.
Right, so Frey wants to combine with Hardware down the Boys Town left, and then Hardware bombs forward on the overlap and puts the cross into Shamar Nicholson. That seems to be the tactic for Boys Town so far. They're not doing much at all down their right flank. And even Rafiq Thomas gets the ball in the hole in the number 10 role, even though he's not wearing number 10. He's always looking to switch the ball to his right.
Here's Wilson. One of the younger Boys Town men at 21 years old. Porter, goalkeeper, will be 41 years old next month. Dennis with the header out. Smith wins it here now for Tivoli. Ellis stops the advance. There's a whistle and a free kick to Boys Town. So we're talking about the varying ages in the Boys Town setup there. Hardly young. They're either really, really young or well past 30. So I guess a genuine case here of blending experience with youth. Johnson for Tivoli Gardens. Paris there trying to set Morris up, but Morris had gone too far forward, so the play was spoiled.
Well, it was spoiled because of Morris's bad touch, or Paris's bad touch rather, Lance. That's why Teddy Johnson held his head in anguish.
Paris. Oh, he was fouled, Paris, just before he attempted to get the pass off. So a free kick here won by Tivoli, just about 24 yards out. And Johnson will probably fancy his chances of striking this one from here.
I think it's too central for him. Free kick takers from this kind of range always like to have a little angle to strike the ball from, and being dead center, difficult to create that angle over the wall, down beneath the crossbar. Let's see what he can provide.
Well, I think Boys Town will have a wall of at least 5 players for this one, based on where the kick is going to be taken from. And Johnson wants it. Picture of concentration there for the Tivoli standout. Porter, I think, also had a brief spell at Tivoli in his early days. Smith is also standing over the ball as well, so maybe Smith might strike it, or Johnson does, but blocked efficiently by the wall. Facey gets the ball back into the Boys Town danger zone.
I think this pitch is, sorry Lance, I think this pitch is really giving the players a warm time. For instance, the 2 Monday night games we've done with Tivoli in recent weeks, Johnson has been so much more aggressive on the dribble, and that's because he can trust the surface.
Johnson getting close to the ball, takes it well on the chest.
Handball.
Oh, referee Cardelas Samuels.
Or offside. Looks to be the offside called the lateral.
Stephanie Dale Yee Singh, I think, had her flag up, and Johnson not too happy with the official's call.
Yeah, but
took it really well on the chest.
Yeah, the point I'm making is that let's see it once again. Has he strayed beyond? It must be handball because from our angle.
Really marginal.
Yeah.
Really, really marginal. In fact, from that angle, he didn't appear to be offside. There's Damian Gordon, coach of the Tivoli team for now. Omar Edwards, the head coach on a current coaching course in Europe. Tivoli is struggling to find the kind of form that we had seen from them mid-season.
Well, as Gordon said to you in the pre-match interview, Lance, it's a long season and teams lose form over a campaign. It happens in every league in the world.
Boys down on the attack, the cross. Oh, that's a fine take there by Watkins in the Tivoli goal. Oh, diving right across the 6-yard line to deny Boys Town an opportunity.
Is it that his central defender slipped? Yes, he did. And Watkins, not wanting to take any chances with Nicholson lurking in the box, did brilliantly well, I think.
Smith trying to get Paris in. Dennis wins it for Boys Town in defense. Morris blocks the clearance. Tivoli really making Boys Town work hard here. There's no aspect of the Boys Town game at the moment that coach Andrew Price will be satisfied with. Maybe except their defenders who have done well enough so far not to allow Tivoli to breach them. But Boys Town are not looking like a team that are on a 3-game winning streak. Just really not getting their rhythm going.
Ditto to that, ditto to all you've said. Rafiq Thomas, Hardware, Shamar Nicholson, strangers to the football at the minute. And the men seeing most of the possession are the ones you don't want to see most of the possession, them being your defenders. And goalkeeper to an extent.
Tivoli having more of an advantage in the game, but no shots on target yet from them. Neither Boys Town have, so we're more than halfway through the first half. And for a spectacle for the fans, this game hasn't really offered anything yet.
And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record and go back to the pitch, Lance. When the pitch is like it is now with 70% weeds, a player like Johnson doesn't trust the ball running towards him. When he's on a good surface, the ball runs, he invites the defender, changes pace, goes ahead. Now he has to stop the ball first to get it under control before deciding how to move. As we see Morris getting clipped in midfield by Gillespie.
Yeah, bad pass there. Gillespie saw that he wasn't going to win the ball, just stretched out and clipped the feet there of young Morris. Morris in some discomfort now.
And even as we decry the lack of action in the game, Lance, we're still expecting something given the...
Paris gets the header on, but Porter was right there for the take.
That was so easy though. Almost as if they were shepherding him towards Porter's goal.
Freeze pass towards Nicholson. Nicholson does well. Campbell. Wilson. Gillespie. Oh, the shot in the end, very disappointing. Took it really well on the chest for the first touch. Set himself up well for a shot. I don't think he had the sort of balance to propel that shot toward goal, but the resultant effort on goal was pretty tame.
Yeah, but for the first time this afternoon, and it took 28 minutes for the Boys Town right back to venture into an attacking area, Wilson. Usually Xavier Verger is raiding down that flank and providing good crosses and passes, but he's out injured.
Benjamin with a high clearance upfield. Facey gets there. Ball bounces favorably to Campbell. Nicholson trying to break free, but Watkins excellent in goal for Tivoli.
I never see Watkins speaking to his defenders or the other players, and does so in a calm manner. It's always berating. Must be an angry young man.
Boys Town riding on the wave of a 4-game undefeated streak, including 3 straight victories over Jamaica, Marvel here and then. And on Thursday night, the defending champions, Montego Bay United. That victory over Mo Bay United engineered by Jamil Hardware, who got a goal and set up the other. But so far, Coach Price not seeing that kind of quality from his former US-based midfielder.
Yeah, almost as if he has an allergy to the ball this afternoon so far.
Gillespie trying to go for the ball, but outgunned for it by Price.
And I guess the frustrating thing as we see Gillespie there for Hardware is that he wants to play as per the instructions of the coach, Lance, but if he continues to do so, he'll continue to be shut out of the game. You don't want him to come and to be searching for the ball, abandoning his tactical position, but perhaps that's what he'll have to do because he's not getting the service right now.
Johnson, who has gone deep to retrieve the ball, goes for the lateral pass to Seabright. Wow. Oh, that looked to have been an effort on goal from close to 40 yards. Very ambitious for Seabright. The young man had his 28th birthday a week and a half ago.
Interestingly, Jermaine Johnson, league's leading scorer, has attempted only 2 dribbles so far in this game. That says a lot about the flow of the game and the quality of the pitch that the players are performing on this afternoon.
Whistle, I think Kevin Graham there pulled back for a foul on Hardware.
Yep. Saw Graham tackle Luton Shelton, the Harbourview veteran, some weeks ago, Lance, and I can tell you, don't think Shelton has recovered from that about 4 weeks later. It was a thunderous challenge. Fair, well, legal.
But brutal.
But brutal. He got the ball, but wow, I was at pitch side and it was a thunderous challenge. That's Kevin Graham's trademark, his stock in trade.
Said the fans haven't given anything to be excited about so far in this fixture. Johnson trying to slide the ball over the shoulder of Dennis.
Morris is down with an injury and Sportingly Hardware holds the play and puts it out for him to get some attention.
So young Morris for Tivoli. There's Gordon, the Tivoli coach, concerned about the injury to his young player.
Damian Benjamin is giving Morris a roasting, effectively saying that you're not hurt, you're just pretending. I don't know how Benjamin knows that.
See the fans there, pretty calm in the stands. Many of them Tivoli supporters, and Benjamin.
Hand to the face.
Benjamin just trying to put some psychology on the young man. Still a teenager, Morris, for the next week and a half or so. Getting the rhythm of the top flight now, having made his Premier League debut a couple of months ago. There's the Arnett Gardens captain, O'Neill Bigger Thompson, looking on at this fixture.
Former Boys Town skipper.
Yeah, watching his old team play. Boys Town's fans really spotlighting this relegation battle because they had been relegated from the top flight over a couple of, or a decade and a half ago, I think it was, and did spend some time outside of the top flight.
A long time.
Boys Town. And I don't think Boys Town's fans want to go back there. Thomas slides the ball across towards Hardware, who has some skills in his boots. Oh, his cross inside is a good one. Oh, and just vital header there by, I think it was Seabright getting there. The ball comes out to Gillespie. Now Campbell. Campbell drives at goal, the deflection, and a corner. That was Facey, got a left boot to it. I don't think the shot would have troubled Watkins in Tivoli's goal, though.
But Hardware showing his quality, isolating Graham and putting the cross in. Only one man he was aiming for, and though Nicholson climbed high, Seabright got the vital touch.
Yeah, and significantly, there were about 3 Tivoli defenders that went up to challenge Nicholson. Probably a testimony there to how much they consider him a danger. Has scored several headed goals so far, and Campbell's corner kick is a good one. And Watkins does well here with the take. Again, the ball aiming for Nicholson. And Watson, I think, bumped into pretty heavily, and he's now hurt.
Yeah, it took Nicholson's shoulder in his back, Watkins, claiming that ball just in front of the young striker. That will probably be sore later.
But again, aiming for Nicholson, who has scored quite a few of his 12 goals in the league so far from headers. Very, very strong in the air. Tivoli's defenders don't want to allow him too much comfort there. Hardware.
He's come deep. Find the ball.
Wilson. Price tackles aggressively on Campbell. Stewart wins the ball well in midfield. Finds Johnson, who clears at referee Cardella Samuels as if, lady, when are you going to blow your whistle?
I tell you what though, Lance, he's gotten more calls in this first half than I've seen him get in a lot of games for worse tackles against him.
Graham's pass inside. Oh, Hardware fails to control, and Paris wins it now. Has gone away down the right side. Frey's putting a lot of pressure on him. Shoulder to shoulder challenging. Tivoli winning themselves a throw deep inside the boys' down half. Ball hovering dangerously in the boys' down defensive zone. Hardware, Nicholson under pressure from Seabright. 3 Tivoli defenders hounding Nicholson for the ball, and eventually Stewart takes it. So that's a clear indication, George, as to how much respect they have for young Nicholson. There's hardly a time he's receiving a ball and there aren't 2 or 3 Tivoli defenders paying attention to him.
Oh yes, showed good strength there just now and good manipulation of the ball.
Innocuous pass there from Benjamin towards Wilson. Smith puts some pressure on Wilson and forces the error. Gives up a throw, he does.
So that charm offensive at the start of the game, Lance, between Johnson and the referee seems to have worked. As I noted, she's given him several calls. Not this one though.
Yeah.
That I didn't see him get in previous games.
Johnson. Smith. Wilson puts pressure on. Paris goes for the header, doesn't get a clean header on. And Benjamin gets the clearance out, but only as far as to Graham, whose first touch is poor. Hardware steals it and charges away down the left side. Graham tries to recover. I thought Hardware had beaten him on the inside, but elected to go back on the outside. Nicholson. Hardware under some pressure, does well, keeps his balance well. Hardware with the effort, that's blocked by Paris. Campbell, good skill by Campbell, still Campbell. Wilson wide. Good cross. Nicholson with a header, goes wide. Again, he's strong in the air, Nicholson, but the direction on the header not as good as it needed to be.
That was a chance. The first time he has won a header in the box, Lance, unchallenged. There was no Tivoli defender near him, and he's ruining that opportunity. But every time Hardware gets the ball in an attacking position for Tivoli, they look dangerous. Good cross from Wilson, and look at Nicholson, just got the direction all wrong.
Yeah, the direction a little off. From that angle, though, it would have been difficult to beat him with a header unless it was a bullet header. But
well,
I think Watkins, based on where he was, should have been able to cover that even if it had gone on goal.
Well, I'm thinking that he wanted to get it on target, and that's the point I'm drilling at. But he should have directed that at goal. He just caught it all wrong. But every time Hardware gets in.
Oh, Boystown wins the ball here. There's a shot attempted on goal by Rafiq Thomas, but charged down by the Tivoli defense. And Watkins now has the easy take. In the meantime, Rafiq Thomas, former Tivoli player himself, now in discomfort from that challenge.
He'll be okay, but just the sloppiness there I noted early in this first half, Lance, that UWI exploited with such ruthlessness when they smashed Tivoli here on their home patch, just creeping in there. The defender trying to bring the ball out of defense when he could have booted it either to his right back or just sent it long upfield. And Thomas stripped him, picked his pocket, and Barrington Price with a late tackle there to save the day.
Yeah, Rafiq Thomas just stretching a little bit away from him then. Referee Cardella Samuels has ball in hand. And it's going to be a drop ball. As the fans looking on intently here. They haven't seen any goals approaching 5 minutes to the halftime break. A little bit sloppy in defense, Tivoli. See right there, over dribbling the ball or over running the ball just then. Dennis puts pressure on. Johnson knocks him over as he wins the ball. Paris. Frey challenges quickly. Boystown, knowing that they're still just 1 point above the drop zone, and in spite of their good form in recent weeks, they know they cannot afford to drop any more points in this race to avoid relegation. Tivoli winning a corner kick and Teddy Johnson winning it for them.
Funny how many defenders of repute have tried and failed to shackle Jermaine Teddy Johnson. And I recall the Harborview game at the National Stadium where a 16-year-old Kingston College schoolboy earned the Man of the Match award for keeping him quiet all night.
Dennis gets the header off. Johnson. Clearance there made by Roshane Facey for Tivoli. Reed with a quiet pass across. Price with a great pass over to the right side. Stewart's header inside looking for Jermaine Paris. Dennis gets the clearance out but gives up a corner at the same time. So Boystown's defense being tested here by the island's #2 team.
Good decision by Dennis. The keeper was coming, but not with much conviction. And he said, let's give a corner and then sort it out afterwards.
Lots of tangerine shirts in the box looking for scoring opportunities for Tivoli. Ball headed out. Bicycle kick attempted there by Kevin Graham, the spectacular one, former Rivoli player.
Damian Benjamin with the first header to clear for Boystown. But tactical discipline is crucial. Kevin Graham abandoned his right back station for a moment and Hardware was suddenly in space. But as you noted, Lance, after beating Graham, for some reason checked back in onto his right foot and the play slowed down, although they eventually got a shot at the end of it. But it could have been more decisive for Boystown.
Frey did well there to keep that one in, but has hurt himself in the process as well, looking to have a bit of a dodgy knee at the moment. Hardware. Nicholson's pass isn't good. Morris wins it for Tivoli. Now Reed has it. Stewart. Fans not happy with Stewart there. They thought he should have gotten rid of the ball a lot earlier. In the end, though, the play still positive for Tivoli, and now Morris has it. Wilson puts the pressure on. Morris gets by him partially. Recovers well, but Morris still has possession of the ball. Still has possession of the ball. Now Smith with a attempted cross inside, but Campbell blocks him. Smith finally gets the ball inside, and Ellis makes the clearance for a throw.
Wayne Ellis and Ricardo Dennis have been excellent at the heart of this Boystown defense. Howard Morris there trying to shake the defender a few times. Smith's cross should have been better.
This was a huge battle here. We've seen this battle between, well, this was Benjamin challenging young Morris for the ball there. Oh, good skill there by Price for Tivoli. Sets an attacking play going and gets Morris going into the box. The cross inside. Paris overlapping, looking for the goal, but stepping, and he's going to be penalized here with a yellow card.
Yeah, Barrington Price leaving the boot in there. Has done it a few occasions in defense where he's stationed, but coming across there under Ricardo Dennis, reaching to clear that ball. Price also reaching to prevent the clearance, and the stamp earns the right kind of action. Here's Morris, slips the ball inside. Price following the play, and it was, I think it was a feint touch. I don't think it was deliberate, Lance, looking at it on the replay.
No, it didn't appear so. He was going for the ball, challenged for the ball, and his studs apparently caught Paris on the instep. Ricardo Dennis on the instep.
So you might wonder why he was yellow carded. Well, perhaps the referee saying that he had a duty of care to ensure that he didn't do anything that would cause damage to Dennis. Didn't do that, Barrington Price, and he's been booked.
Yeah, well, even several seconds after, Ricardo Dennis still grimacing in a lot of pain.
And if anything, you could say that Dennis is the one who kicked up onto Price's studs.
Yeah.
But then the duty of care is to not expose your studs in that manner. Dennis looks like he'll be all right now.
Well, we'll give him 2 minutes of time added on for stoppages. And Dennis looks very groggy now as he climbs up onto his feet again.
Yeah. But that man will have to, at halftime, ask his team, bring Jamil Hardware into the game on a much more consistent basis. Every time the ball goes through him, Boys Town suddenly look positive in attack. But it's only come to him sporadically over the first 45 minutes plus.
Yeah, it's been a heartache kind of season this has been for Andrew Price, the Boys Town coach. Not so much for the Tivoli coaching staff, who for the most part enjoyed a free-flowing season and pretty much looked on path for a playoff spot many months ago.
You made a point earlier about the Tivoli team being weakened by absentees due to injuries and suspension. I think they've missed Tevin Shaw this afternoon. Rowan Reed is a good player, as we acknowledge, but he doesn't get around the pitch as much as Shaw does. And Tivoli have lacked that drive in the middle of the park this afternoon.
Yeah, Junior McGregor, who is also a very creative midfielder, is actually on their bench at the moment. So with him as an option coming off the bench, Tivoli can probably look forward to some improved play in the second half. Boys Town on the advance with their veteran Campbell. He's giving the ball away, Campbell.
Good play by Howard Morris to harass Campbell into conceding possession.
Ellis getting the ball away. Wilson gets it further away.
And it's been a muted performance from Jermaine Johnson because of a combination of factors, Lance, but also the Tevin Shaw absence, driving from midfield and passing to him when he peels off into the channels, or even when he stays and holds his central position. So the home team a bit of a blunt instrument in the first half, we can say.
Yeah, let's see what's developing here though, because Stephanie Daly Singh, the assistant referee, has called Cardella Samuels over to have a discussion with her, and Kirk Porter, the Boys Town goalkeeper, wants to get in the middle of it, and Samuels says, stay where you are, let me talk to my fellow official. So Daly Singh giving Samuels some information that she appears about to act on, and in the meantime Porter is fuming. Let's see what will happen here. We're up to half time. Not much time left in this frame because we've already expired the 2 minutes added on. And a yellow card is coming out here for Wayne Ellis. So alerted by some information from assistant referee Stephanie Daly Singh, Wayne Ellis only back today after missing the win over Montego Bay because he had gotten a red card, comes back from his red card suspension. Had a red card last Sunday against Marble Hew, and then immediately gets into the bad books and goes off to the halftime break with a yellow card.
And no protest for him, so that's the sign of a guilty man, Lance.
For sure. And Andrew Price, a couple of heavy sighs there from him, knows that his team cannot afford to lose here because the battle for relegation is well and truly on. So no goals in the first half of this RSPL Sunday fixture between Tivoli Gardens and Boys Town at half-time at the Edward Seaga Sports Complex. Back in a moment.
One bag of gold medal pan me no. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Pan up pour them a singing anthem to. Red stripe, watch out, watch out, watch out. Man shall I make forward boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal when I run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now.
The Red Stripe Premier League for champions only.
Overcast conditions at the Edward Seaga Sports Complex for this Red Stripe Premier League Sunday fixture. Tivoli Gardens and Boys Town locked in a 0-0 battle after 45 minutes. Tivoli number 2 in the country at the moment. Boys Town number 9 and trying to avoid relegation. Tivoli had a lot of the early play. Paris here sends the ball across. Morris with the effort on goal, but pretty tame. Porta has no trouble. Too sure how much conviction, but Morris hit that ball with. Boys Town had their moments, always trying to feed the tall, efficient striker Shamar Nicholson. But Watkins in goal for Tivoli, getting in between them there.
Doing his best anchorman impression. Here's Rafiq Thomas. This will be a good cross that the goalkeeper senses danger, and the slipping sieve right, and Watkins it doesn't look like much, Lance, but I tell you, this was an important intervention.
It was, because the ball was going straight to Shamar Nicholson. Nicholson going up for the header, but Facey beats him for the header, and Tivoli get the ball away for the moment, but Campbell trying to set himself up for a left-footed effort there. The strike deflected behind for a corner. Again, Nicholson high in the air with a header, but wide. Tivoli had their moment, spent a lot of time in the defensive third of the Boys Town team. Not too much action on the front end. Tivoli Gardens with 4 attempts on goal, Boys Town with 3. None of Boys Town's attempts on target. 2 of Tivoli's on target. 20 fouls evenly shared between the two teams. They've also shared a pair of yellow cards, and Tivoli having more ball possession, 52%. So Tivoli Gardens and Boys Town locked in battle here, a 0-0 scoreline. Teams with 2 different agendas. Tivoli looking to become regular season champions, and Boys Town looking to avoid relegation. Let's go to the infield to Danique.
Thanks, guys. We're here at the Edward Seaga Sports Complex where Tivoli Gardens are facing off with Boys Town FC today. We are coming out of a no-goal first half, but we still have 45 minutes left in the match. But before we do that, let's take a look at the Tivoli Gardens versus Boys Town fan Vox Pop. Let's hear what the fans had to say.
These two teams are less than a mile apart, but there's a rivalry that goes back over 40 years.
This rival years. So it's not something that just come about. It's a history thing. Yeah? They always want to beat us, and we always want to beat them. I agree, them beat them more than all. We beat them. We don't more of it, but I think we catch up on them now.
I 2.5 years I beat them before them beat me a match.
Yeah, right.
2.5 years. You think I do up me next?
With Tivoli and Boys Town at either end of the table, what will play out of this West Kingston derby?
Yeah, now my side. I feel like Boys Town have the chance of budget. And the man them class right now.
You know, in time people wounded what happen, them time they fight harder. So we are better from the season start, and up the table we are going now. So all of the match here is like a final for me. All the remaining matches like a final. So no lose, no draw. Straight winning to Boys Town.
Boys Town is doing no class today.
Nothing more than 3 points because we in a very deep hole, and if nobody put us there.
What I see it right now, we are playing a better level of football than Boys Town right now.
It's a Boys Town and Tivoli fans. Because they say Tivoli are my playground. Why Trench Town, Boys Town, I live. So at the end of the day, I my 2 teams that. Yeah? So But I really like Whitestone. We don't want them go bush league still, you know. But as they say, things start look good for them right now. I just win with them.
Fans from these two teams share their predictions on how the match will end come Sunday.
Whitestone are going to win, 2-1. Shamani can say with a double.
Come to face us. We need 1 million, so we don't think we're going to play no easy.
3 goals. You know what I'm saying?
Can't give them a small one. No, nothing too much.
3-1 we are getting Tivoli. That's where I go for 3-1.
I tell the Johnson to death virgin. Biggest part of Jamaica. You did? Yeah, man. Love for the man.
Boystone, Andrew Price, watch this. We'll come at you quick and fast.
I wish God the luck and blessing on Boystone.
3 them again. You think it's a joke thing? 3 we are giving. Certain 3.
And remember, I'm always telling you guys that football, it would not be the sport it is without the fans. And of course, you heard it there from the fans in that Vox Pop. I'm speaking to somebody, I got the privilege to speak to somebody super important today. He's not where we would expect him to be because he's actually here with me. So I'm pretty hyped about that opportunity. I'm here with Anil Thompson, aka Big O. You guys know him as Big O, who's the captain of the Arnott Garden squad. First of all, Big O, why are you not playing for Arnott today?
Well, I'm on cars, card out. Just here watching the closest game to me, which is in town, which is Arnott Garden, Boystone versus Tivoli Garden.
So I heard that you used to be a part of the Boystone squad, and I noticed earlier you were talking to Damien and the captain of Boystone, Michael. Would you like to tell us what you were telling them?
No, well, obviously you must avoid losing if you start the game with no point, well, with 1 point, should say. I mean, if you can't beat the team, you must avoid losing. So there was some disorganization within the team. So I just suggest that as senior player must always try to keep the team together. You know what I mean? It's not my job, but based on we were co-workers, so that's the case. And the other thing, I'm on cards, so Arnott Garden is there. I heard that we are losing 2-1, so it's not the best time for the interview, but you know what it is.
But of course, I know, thank you so much for taking it with me because I'm really happy you did that. But on another note though, with your experience and your level of expertise and as a captain yourself, what do you think that Boystone need to do different to secure a win today?
Well, I mean, they are to play the ball in Tivoli Garden half. Every time they are in Tivoli Garden half, it looks like something will happen. Every time the ball is in Boystone half, it looks like Tivoli scores. So I guess they should analyze that by now because, I mean, Nicholas is one of the best post-up forward in the country as we speak. So get the ball to him will do them some justice. If we try to play in this half, then it's not doing any justice because if you're watching the game for 45 minutes, you will see that try to play in your half on a surface like this, it doesn't allow you to play the best game. So play, a direct, a route one football, which will do them well.
Alrighty, when next can we see you back on the pitch?
Well, the next game, I think if it's in the week, then you will see me around Sunday, you know. So that's what it is.
All right, thank you so much, Anil, for talking to us, guys. That was captain of the Arnott Garden squad, Anil Big O Thompson. Second half kickoff up next. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Say 1 bag of gold medal pan me no. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Pan up pour them a singing anthem. Red stripe, watch out. Man shall I make forward boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal winner run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now.
The Red Stripe Premier League for champions only.
Still overcast conditions at the Edward Seaga Sports Complex. Back for second half commentary. Red Stripe Football Sundays and Tivoli Gardens locked in a 0-0 battle with Boystone at the moment. Two teams that have between them shared championship wins on 8 different occasions. Tivoli 5-time champions, Boystone title winners on 3 occasions. Boys Town champions back in 84, 86 and 89. So all of Boys Town titles confined to the decade of the 1980s. Tivoli having more of an outstanding stretch. Champions 83, 1999, 2004, 2009. And their last title coming in 2011. They have been struggling, Tivoli, in the past couple of seasons. They were 7th last year and I think 6th the year before that. But this year, they have championship title wins, title success on their minds. And their coaching staff now strategizing as to what they'll have to do in the second half to win this one against a tough Boys Town team.
Speaking of that, they need to get the crosses in the box, Lance. The few times they did that in the first half, they caused panic among the Tivoli defenders. Shamar Nicholson will win headers against any defense line in the Premier League 8 out of 10 times. So if you supply him there, he will give you, he will get chances and he will take chances. Hardware needs to be brought into the game. Saw him abandon his station a couple times to come deep, come central to find a position. He needs to do more of that this half. If not, stay where he is and get more supply. I think Michael Campbell's work rate is not what is required this afternoon. The veteran not having one of his best games. If he comes alive, links with Hardware. If Hardware and Frey can link down the left more often for Boys Town, they could be in business. Tivoli, on the other hand, they just need to keep supplying Jermaine Johnston, supply him early, and of course, hope that Paris can also get in on the act as well.
Rafiq Thomas trying to get onto the end of that one, but there was a fall on Shamar Nicholson just before then. I think he was being shoved as he went for the ball. And maybe some indication that the Boys Town coaching staff is going the route that O'Neill Bigger-Thompson told Denique just now. You've got to get the ball forward to Shamar Nicholson more often. They tried to do that just then. So that could be a focus for the second half.
I suspect this could be a direct shot on goal. Michael Campbell has scored free kicks from this range in the past. Recall one he scored against the UWI early in this RSPL. Let's see if he can repeat the trick.
Campbell chips the ball to the far post, almost getting there to Frey. The ball slides away towards a corner flag. Frey being hounded here by Paris. Now Graham is coming to put some pressure on. The ball is now over the touchline. No, the referee says the entire ball didn't cross the line, so she allowed the ball to go on, the play to go on. Jermaine Teddy Johnson foul there. Free kick won by Tivoli.
Score update coming in. Bigger-Thompson alluded to it in the halftime interview with Denique. Jamalco leading Arnett Gardens 2-1 in Clarendon. And Ewan Grandison has sent Portmore into a 1-0 lead over Harbourview. So 2 of the games being played elsewhere in the RSPL. Relegation threatened Jamalco, winning against Arnett Gardens 2-1, and Portmore winning against Harbourview courtesy of their skipper Ewan Grandison.
Ellis goes high for the header for Boys Town. Paris with a shot, but it's blocked by Ellis again. Facey. Paris. Campbell's clearance up for Boys Town. Hardware. Delightful ball by Hardware, finds Nicholson. Steve Wright. Nicholson's trying to spray the ball across to Rafiq Thomas, but the ball bobbled up on one of the Tivoli defenders and cut the play out.
Yeah, I need my striker to be selfish in those positions, Lance.
Oh, delightful play here by Jermaine Teddy Johnson, gets Graham going. Graham doesn't have much forward options. Johns with an attempted one-time diagonal pass upfield. Boys Town picks the loose ball up here now. Gillespie. Frey. Hardware. Bad first touch by Hardware. Invites the challenge from Morris.
She overrules her assistant, who flagged it as a Boys Town throw, but she says no, it's a Tivoli throw.
Big long ball played across there to Johnson. Morris getting a hold of the ball, does well there. Stewart cut off here by Hardware. Hardware looking for Nicholson. Heads on well to Campbell, who goes for goal from 40 yards out. And he has skied that one over onto the out of the field. Almost knocked our cameraman off his rostrum.
But I don't have a problem with that. Quick thinking, trying to do the unexpected.
Morris gets away down the left flank.
With a handball, Lance. That's what the Boys Town players are appealing for. He took a nice first touch. The ball came to his, handbags.
Wow, and referee Samuels comes in here because the shoving match between Dennis and Morris. Ooh, Samuels trying to calm things down.
Look at this. Cheeky with the hand.
Must be a fan of Maradona.
Oh, yes.
Although at 19 years old, he wouldn't have been born yet when Maradona punched the ball into the goal in the '86 World Cup. Tivoli on the attack. Smith whips the ball back in quickly. Johnson gets close to it, but Ellis gets there before him. Tivoli bomb rushing the Boys Town defensive zone. Whistle. Oh, that's an elbow. He's going to get a red card.
Yeah.
He has to get a red card for that. A yellow card. Oh, Morris has gotten away with one here.
Yeah, he should have been sent off for that, the young man. And he needs to be spoken to by his senior teammates. His captain now has a hold of him. And Benjamin milked it. It was a slap more than an elbow. As we see them tussling again. These two have been at it.
Look at this, George.
Yeah, it was a slap.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Benjamin goes down.
Yeah, holding his face as if he has been shot. But that's a red card. It is.
Well, he gets a yellow.
Watch it the next time Benjamin tackles Morris, Lance. I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Porter gives the ball away. Throw here to Tivoli, taken quickly by Johnson. Smith. Dennis robs the ball from young Morris. Morris is in a tough spot here as a young man playing big man football, so to be fair, he has been manhandled on a number of occasions here in this match so far, so he probably feels he has to physically make his presence felt and physically announce himself that, you know, I'm not afraid of you bigger guys. So maybe he's battling with that as well as he tries to stamp his authority at this level.
Only one thing missing from your statement: he has been manhandled from the first whistle by Benjamin
and Dennis. I think there were a couple, and Wilson. There were some exchanges with himself and Wilson as well. But you were right, there's probably a specific.
And there you go. Well, Benjamin there on another play on Paris. But Benjamin has been the main antagonist where disrupting Morris's game is concerned. And the young man very lucky that Cradle Samuels took a sympathetic view just now.
Johnson with a free kick here for Tivoli. Goes straight to goal. Seabright's header out, gives up a 3 to Boys Town. Boys Town desperately needing a win here to improve their relegation woes. Johnson goes for the powerful right-footed effort, but the ball sprays wide. He was under a lot of pressure there. Didn't really get the sort of comfort on the shot. Always dangerous in these spots, isn't he?
Yeah, good tackling though by Wayne Ellis, and his colleague Ricardo Den is not far from the action, forcing Johnson away from goal off balance and the shot skewing wide in the end.
Morris gets the benefit of the referee's call here. Wilson just put it himself to win that header.
Morris needs to calm down though, Lance. He's been on the receiving end of some tough tackles, and Junior McGregor has been sent to warm up. Perhaps the coaching staff thinking like us, that the young man needs some protection from himself.
Yeah. Quality midfielder, Junior McGregor. I would have thought that Tivoli would have been better with him on the starting roster, but now he's about to come on, and I think Tivoli's chances of taking hold of this game could improve with his presence on the field. Delightful ball inside. Jermaine Johnson tripped, and the referee's whistle. What does she say here?
Offside.
Offside call. Johnson sprinting forward there, and he has scored so many of those goals. But the assistant referee's flag halting his advance, as that looked really, really threatening, and Tivoli pressing the gas now as they go for a victory.
We must remind our viewers that Wayne Ellis is a title-winning defender. I'll tell you more after this.
Paris is cross inside, finds Dennis with a clearance.
Yeah, Wayne Ellis, again on the premises, they're involved in that passage of play with Jermaine Johnson where the Tivoli forward would flat for offside. And yeah, that's clear that he's ahead of the play.
Yeah, offside.
Ellis sliding in late there. A title-winning defender with Arnett Garden, so he has pedigree and quality.
Corner kick here to Tivoli. Stewart's corner cleared away by Ellis once again, who has been very, very prominent in defense for Boys Town. Stewart with a throw for Tivoli. Graham's cross. Again, Ellis is there standing in the way. Oh, Gillespie didn't realize he didn't have much time on that one. Seabright goes ominously towards goal. Now Boys Town are getting the ball away, finally. Frey. Seabright partially stopped it. Now Stewart looking for Johnson. Can he turn here? He does. Doesn't get his shot off, though.
That should have been a pass to Morris, who was standing to his left in space, calling for the ball. Ignored by Johnson.
Campbell under pressure for Boys Town. Oh, that was Thomas trying to get the ball to Campbell. Whistle, free kick won by Boys Town, taken quickly. Hardware trying to get Thomas in, but Nicholas Smith wins it for Tivoli. I don't think Thomas was expecting that pass from Hardware. Reed plays beach football for Jamaica. Unsuccessful trip to the CONCACAF Championship in the Bahamas a few weeks ago. Paris looking for the cross, left-footed. Not a good cross from Paris. Stewart airborne for Tivoli. Hardware wins it. Hardware's pass not the best. Morris tackles well, and Gillespie has something to say to the young man. Benjamin with a header out. Now Campbell. Thomas under pressure from behind. Reed commits the foul. Free kick to Boys Town, taken quickly.
You just sense a lifting of the tempo in the game, Lance. Both teams wanting to play quickly.
Yes. Campbell under pressure. Turning his young rival. Oh, almost 20 years his senior, Michael Campbell. Frey with a whipped cross to the near post. Watkins holds it well. Great battle there in midfield just now for the ball, with 19-year-old Morris challenging the 38-year-old Michael Campbell for the ball. Veteran holding the ball well and getting rid of the challenge from the teenager. Paris is under pressure.
Benjamin is injured.
I think he may have twisted his knee.
Ooh, that looks
inside.
Bad. Yeah, that's Junior McGregor going through his paces. Suspect that they'll be pulling Howard Morris soon.
Benjamin is limping off now, limping. I'm sure he's going off now. It doesn't seem to be going off, but he's walking good. Gingerly. He's trying to make a clearance here, but Paris is a big, strong young. Oh,
calf.
Paris stepping into the calf there of Benjamin. He's a real warrior, Benjamin, isn't he?
Yeah.
And, he's back into his midfield role and taking care of business.
Tell you what though, Lance, the Tivoli bench getting busy now because Mitch Wall has joined the Junior McGregor. Peter Keys has also joined them, so now 3 Tivoli men warming up. Changes are imminent.
Yeah, Wall, of course, played for Boys Town as recent as last season. It's the kind of derby fixture that will always have players swapping around. Not always, but because of the proximity of the community, not totally understandable that players who live in the general area could have played for both teams.
And of course, Peter Keys, who made his name at Boys Town. now playing for Tivoli. Old friends reuniting all around.
Hardware hasn't really shone so far today. Reed. Paris. Johnson goes away. Bad pass there by Paris trying to find Johnson, and Johnson looks frustrated. Benjamin. Campbell. Long ball played forward, and Kirk Porter just nudged there by Teddy Johnson. And there's a foul, a free kick here to Boys Town inside their own box.
You say nudge? You say, yeah, the ball bounced really strangely. Although Johnson didn't help his case with the foul.
Paris fights hard for the ball. Does well. Slides the ball inside. This time it's a good pass here to Johnson, who inadvertently steps on the ball and loses the advantage.
And that's because of the pressure from Dennis at his back. The two central defenders of Boys Town Lands have really been good this afternoon so far.
Yes, they have.
McGregor is ready. He has taken off his training bib. And he's about to come in for Tivoli.
Some of those players warming up now for Tivoli actually come onto the field. We could actually have 4 former Boys Town players on the field representing Tivoli now.
Yeah, by contrast, the Boys Town bench, no movement there, no activity.
Hardware. Thomas. Campbell. Nicholson's pass is cut off by Smith. Oh, Nicholson does well to win the ball again. His cross inside is quick and fast, almost getting there to Hardware. Graham gets the ball powerfully away for Tivoli.
What an intervention by Roshane Facey, though.
Yeah.
Crucial. So Howard Morris, as we thought, Lance, number 12 for Tivoli, is coming out.
Yeah, the exciting Junior McGregor is now going to come on for Tivoli Gardens, and I would suggest that Boys Town's problems in trying to contain Tivoli may increase now for the remaining half an hour of this game.
Yeah, Johnson, beg your pardon, McGregor, similar to Jermaine Johnson in his approach to the game and the quality of his ball handling.
So the McGregor fans are now excited because their skillful midfielder has now come onto the field of play, has a bit of a bandage around the right wrist, which could have contributed to him not starting today. If, under normal circumstances, if I was the Tivoli coach, there's no way he wouldn't have started today, so I have to search for reasons why he may not have started.
The last 2 games I've watched Tivoli though, and we've done Tivoli Monday Night Football, he's been on the bench. In fact, I don't think he started the game since Omar Edwards left for Hungary, the Tivoli coach.
Benjamin's header out for Boys Town. Ellis with the clearance gives up a throw to Tivoli. So Boys Town central defenders, Dennis and Ellis, have been among the hardest working players on the field.
Dennis Ellis.
Which illustrates the fact that Tivoli have been the more impressive. Oh, that's a strike from Paris from 23 yards out. It had a lot of venom on it. It was a little off balance as he got the shot off, but did well to rifle in such a shot. The former Barbican player just had too much elevation on it.
Yeah, and because he was falling away, he couldn't control it, but he was aiming for that top corner to bend it into the top right-hand corner of Porter's goal.
Far. Nicholson is coming back to try to win the ball for Boys Town. Dennis. Oh, it's a huge clash there in midfield with Marvin Stewart and Gillespie. Campbell. Hardware. Handball by Kevin Graham. Free kick to Boys Town. Campbell looks as if he wants it.
gets a card, Kevin Graham, because had he not handled the ball, he would have been beaten by Hardware's flick. Took one for the team there, Lance.
Yes, he did. Hardware, who has, by his standards, underperformed today, appears very, very interested in taking this kick himself. There's the play. Oh, that was really deliberate by Kevin Graham. Frey's also standing close to the ball, as is Michael Graham. I think Hardware wants it.
Hardware has been more prominent in the 19 minutes we've played in the second half compared to the 45 minutes of the first half. Has come more central to get involved, and he now has a chance to do something decisive.
A four-man wall here set up by Tivoli. Hardware's effort goes to the far post. Oh, it hits the post and rebounds. That was almost goal number 4 for Hardware for the season. What a calamity for Boys Town. That could have been the go-ahead goal.
Wow. Didn't seem to have much pace on it, but he went for accuracy, just caressed it around the ball, curling it with the right boot. Watkins was beaten. Look at this. But it was struck firmly. It was struck firmly, firmer than I expected.
Yeah.
Watkins not at the races, evaded his glove, but the goalkeeper's best friend came to his rescue. He's upright.
I actually don't think Tivoli had enough players in the wall there. And some of the players there on the edge just sort of fragmented as the kick was about to be taken, and opened up a space there that goalkeeper Watkins was unable to guard. The ball almost went in.
Lucky for Tivoli.
Best moment of the match so far for Boys Town and their midfielder. Hardware, Gillespie, Thomas. Thomas's pass aiming for Nicholson, but it was poorly played. Benjamin. Oh, poor pass by Benjamin. Too sure what his plans were for that one.
Wanted to hit Wilson on the overlap. Got it all wrong.
Just under 24 minutes now remaining in the game.
Game is there for the taking for either side that wants it, Vance. Being played at a good pace now, much more higher tempo than in the first half, much smoother. As we see Graham, the third player, well, the fourth player booked in this game.
Dennis goes for the goalkeeper option. Portis clearance downfield. Hardware's pass is poor. Really played the kind of game in midfield today that we're accustomed to seeing from him, Hardware. And I'd like to suggest that the Boys Town coach, Andrew Price, is probably not feeling that well today, George. Normally he's at the sideline screaming at his players, but he's had a pretty docile stay on the bench so far today. Oh, the shot on goal. Oh, it goes in. Shamar Nicholson missed the original attempt, recovered well, twisted his body, and steered the ball in for Boys Town. Shamar Nicholson, goal number 13 for the season, and Porter celebrates for the Red Brigade.
Oh my goodness. That's why Andrew Price is cool as Shamar Nicholson whips off his cap. That's his coach's cap on his head, folks. He took it off just now. Where is it as he salutes the Boys Town massive? And I tell you what, Andrew Price, docile Lance says, he'll tell you that I'm calm because my team is doing things right. Not a substitute has warmed up yet. Even though Tivoli has made one change already, he's liking what he's seeing, Andrew Price. And his big striker missed the header and then picked himself up, and acrobatically, when the Tivoli players thought the play had done, look at him, reacting sharpest as usual, Shamar Nicholson. The sharpest tool in the box. And Graham with the unwitting assist off his side, Lance.
Oh boy.
Setting up the Tivoli, the Boys Town striker for the goal.
Oh, that was a tough one for Tivoli to give up, but what a strong striker Shamar Nicholson is. You cannot allow him any room or opportunity in the box. That was certainly a copybook striker's finish. He missed the original header. The ball fortuitously bounced back to him off Kevin Graham, and he was there for the finish. Tivoli looking for the early response.
It's the kind of reaction, Lance, you normally see from a goalkeeper who goes up for a cross, misses it, and gets back up quickly to make the follow-up save.
Benjamin putting a lot of pressure there on Paris. McGregor unable to keep the ball in.
Like a rattlesnake in a carton box. That's what Shamar Nicholson was just now. Missed the header and didn't worry about missing that chance. Was back up when it came off Kevin Graham and everybody was stood still. He went to work.
I think most onlookers regard Shamar Nicholson as one of the brightest young talents in Jamaican football as an attacking player, and that was a play that advertised it. Graham's pass inside isn't that good, but McGregor wins it. And now Benjamin has it. Wilson. Wilson being hounded by McGregor. Forced into an error. Price now has the ball for Tivoli. Great play there by Campbell, cutting the ball off. Campbell in midfield. Now Gillespie under some pressure. Goes wide back to Wilson. Oh, they've given the ball away now, Boys Town. Oh, Tivoli gives them back. And Nicholson tries to go away down the right side. He's under a lot of pressure, but what a challenger from Steve Wright, who puts the young man under pressure and robs the ball from him. McGregor under pressure himself from Wilson, but gets by his man well. Jermaine Teddy Johnson now has it, the skillful one. Overbalances and being fouled as well, and Dennis called for the foul. Free kick to Tivoli.
Yeah, Johnson was waiting for McGregor to make up the ground to go on the overlap, either as a decoy run out to take the pass in his stride. And while he was holding it up, he got fouled. Still, Boys Town have not sent a substitute to warm up.
I'm going to ask Mr. Price if he's okay.
I'm sure you will.
He is one of the most animated coaches on the sidelines in local football.
Nicholson is down near the half-line lines. This is the goal once again. Michael Campbell's free kick, misses the header. Off. That happened in a flash. This is a slow motion replay.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things that makes Nicholson...
Look at Enterprise's face. Gets stripped of his cap.
But he isn't even celebrating.
No.
There's something that's not right with Mr. Price today. But this is one of the things that is exciting about young Shamar Nicholson, as he is battling an injury now at the moment, though, is his agility as a tall man. He's probably 6 feet 2 inches tall, but his agility is something that really enhances his quality as a striker.
Yeah, right with you on that.
A lot of players his height wouldn't have been able to be as nimble as he was in getting that goal just now. And I've seen him in other plays throughout this season that advertise how agile and how mobile and sharp he is in the box. Corner to Tivoli and McGregor. Second half substitute, studying his options in the box. There are several tangerine shirts in the box there, about 7 I think. Boys Town trying to defend the 1-0 advantage they have now. Not a very good corner to the near post. Hardware gets it away. Steve Wright sprays it back to the far post. Porter has the easy take. 17.5 minutes of normal time remaining.
Yeah, and Tivoli lining up Peter Keys to come on. He'll do so the next time the ball is dead.
Another former Boys Town player, Peter Keys. Boys Town on the attack now with Rafiq Thomas. Doesn't like his forward passing option, so he goes lateral to... Now the play is cut off. Throw for Tivoli taken quickly. Boys Town on Shamar Nicholson's second half strike with the advantage. And Teddy Johnson is furious about something.
Angry at Paris, who's being substituted now, so he makes way for Peter Keys.
So Paris exits. Peter Keys 30-year-old former Boys Town player.
Yeah, man who lives in Olympic Gardens, played for Boys Town, now playing for Tivoli.
Comes on against his former club. McGregor to the near post. Easy take there for Porter in the Boys Town goal. Porter turns 41 years old, George, next month, so he's a real veteran in the Boys Town goal. The player has been known to bring off the most spectacular saves, and then in the next breath gives up the softest of goals.
That's what the Boys Town supporters told us in that My Ski My Team feature on Porter in Boys Town.
Tivoli Gardens also having a 40-plus goalkeeper on their roster, and Edsel Scott. Oh, foul. Kevin Graham, who is already on a yellow card, grabs onto the shirt of Hardware. And the referee, Cardella Samuels, has a word with Kevin Graham. None of that, young man. Already on a yellow card, Graham, and just grabbing onto the shirt there blatantly of Jamil Hardware.
Lucky boy.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
On another day, he could have gotten a yellow card for that, which would mean red in this instance because he's already on a yellow card. So Graham, former Rivoli man, helping to defend now as Campbell prepares to spray this ball inside for Boys Town to the far post, and that misses the far post by 6 inches or so.
Yeah, I was going for it, the veteran Michael Campbell. Boys Town have sent one player to warm up. I'll tell you who it is in a minute. As limbering up is Miguel Ricketts for Tivoli. Tivoli missing Tevin Shaw this afternoon. Know that Elton Thompson is out injured, but Shaw is the glaring miss. No driving force in midfield this afternoon. Rohan Reed has been tidy without being anything better. And Kevin Graham losing out there because he lost his footing.
Yes, it wasn't a bad pass from
No,
Reed.
it wasn't. No.
Yeah, it's just that Graham lost his footing, and now Shamar Nicholson taking it on the chest, but overbalancing and wasn't able to win possession of the ball. Benjamin's forward play towards Rafiq Thomas, who's under pressure from Reed, who trips him. Free kick to Boys Town midway the Tivoli half. So Boys Town searching for 4 wins in a row in their battle to avoid relegation. Rafiq Thomas, one of their most experienced players in midfield. Price with a header out for Tivoli. Keys under pressure. Rafiq Thomas's former teammate at Boys Town battles for the ball with him. Foul, Price trips Campbell. Free kick to Boys Town, about 22 yards out. So Boys Town incrementally getting themselves closer and closer to a 3-point performance here.
Yeah, Hardware territory. Clear foul by Barrington Price, reaching in. And now Jamil Hardware has another chance from free kick range.
Hardware had a couple of seasons in the USL Pro League. Not on contract now for the second, third tier of US football. He's back home helping his club Boys Town. Watkins has a pretty easy take there. I don't think he had to dive for that. They're moved across and taken it, but probably just going for the spectacular.
Only the HD cameras of Sportsmans are here, so why not? Ricketts is stripped and ready for Tivoli, Lance. He'll be on soon.
Yeah, a player with a lot of pace and some skill as well, so Tivoli having some options there on the bench. At the moment, still trailing in this game. Crossed inside here, headed away by Hardware, who comes and shows a lot of determination here for his team, helping out in defense. Hardware, his dad played for Boys Town in the 1980s when they were champions.
Beautifully done by Siv Wright.
There goes McGregor. Ellis puts the pressure on. McGregor, too much of a hard touch on the ball, but the ball comes across. Oh, that was a bicycle kick from Keys that almost goes in.
What a save by Kirk Porter, though.
Wow, what a strike there from Peter Keys against his former club. But Kirk Porter, his former teammate, gets the tip over. Here's the play again.
Brilliant.
Oh, that was great football on both ends.
Oh, yes. Meanwhile, Ricketts is on and Nicholas Smith is off, the captain for Tivoli for the afternoon.
Tivoli bolstering their offensive game now with their second half substitutes. McGregor's cross inside. Oh, the ball missed by everyone. A shot to the... Oh, it hits the post. Oh, another shot on goal. It's blocked. And the ball is cleared away by the Boys Town defense. I think it was Benjamin that got it away in the end, or was it Hardware?
It was Hardware.
Who's holding on to his groin at the moment. So apparently he was able to prevent a goal there using some sensitive parts.
Yeah, what a sequence though, Lance. What a sequence from Peter Keys' bicycle to Kirk Porter's acrobatic kick to that corner, which pinged around, came off the upright. This is McGregor's corner, missed by everyone. Ricketts, the substitute, off the upright, headed forward by Price. Keys' shot.
Straight into the groin of Hardware, who is in a lot of pain even now. The post intervened there. There's Hardware taking the ball in the groin. And he's in a lot of pain, but doesn't stop playing until he sees that the play has stopped. There he is. Oh, that's painful, I'm sure.
That is taking one for the team, but that one that you take for the team is one that if you knew that that's what you have to do, you would not take it. You allow the team to fend for itself.
A five-man wall here being set up by Boys Town, and Tivoli with an opportunity with 10 minutes remaining in normal time to draw level. Teddy Johnson is over the top with a strike. Looking for goal number 17 for the season.
Not even close.
So the second half has been far more entertaining than the first half was. Both teams lifting their performances. And Boys Town, they were in the relegation zone from the second week in October until the middle of March. And with their 2-1 victory over Montego Bay United, the defending champions, on Thursday night, pulling themselves out of the relegation zone for the first time since that early October period. Started this game 9th. Can't improve their position 9th with a victory here, because Harborview started the day 4 points ahead of them, but it will certainly help their relegation battle if they win here. Tough call here for the MVP today. There's no clear that, apart from defenders, the Boys Town defenders, Ellis and Dennis have been real standouts.
Oh, I was just going to correct you that they have been the outstanding players.
Yeah, they've been real standouts today for Boys Town. Many of Tivoli's key players have underperformed so far today, including their ace player, Jermaine Teddy Johnson. Hardware, who is on the ball now. Oh, he's passed inside looking for Wilson. Has Price intercepting Price's fall.
Has only been a factor Hardware in the second half.
Yeah.
The game passed him by in the first 45 minutes. Nichols is the difference between the teams, of course, but without Dennis and Ellis, there would be nothing for Boys Town to build from.
Sometimes the difficulty in choosing a man of the match award, though, is because sometimes you want to credit a player who has had an overall impact on the game throughout the 90 minutes, which Ellis and Dennis have. But Nicholson's moment of magic for Boys Town could win it for them, so he has to be a candidate on that score as well.
Has to be, but he has the goal. He needs no other accolade. Oftentimes.
To the near post, and there's Marvin Stewart, former Boys Town player, now setting himself up to get a shot off. Foul against him by Shamar Nicholson, who's coming back to help his defenders out.
Unwise by Nicholson. Can't be so aggressive at that point. You shield. Allow him to turn away, because you have him facing the right way, which is towards his own goal. You have to watch the aggression there, because that will happen. A free kick opportunity. You wouldn't want to give that away.
Tivoli, usually pretty strong from these set plays, having an opportunity here, and Ricketts looks as if he's a man interested in striking at goal. McGregor is over it as well as Price. I think Mikael Ricketts is setting himself up for the shot. A 5-man Boys Town wall set up here, and Boys Town for the second time in 5 minutes finding themselves on the defensive from a set play. Oh, that's a fine shot that goes straight into the wall. A lot of power there from Ricketts, but Boys Town's wall doing its job. Free getting the ball away. Seabright knocking it back inside here. Danger for Boys Town. Campbell and Thomas exchanging passes. Shamar Nicholson running onto the ball. Graham, aggressive and determined, prevents the 20-year-old from going forward for Boys Town.
Good covering from Kevin Graham. Had he been beaten there, then Nicholson would have been in.
Great challenge there from Graham.
The point is that on the offensive end,
Boys Town on the attack.
Nicholson has not put away all his chances. I can't recall Dennis or Ellis making a mistake at the back, and it's because they haven't made any mistakes why Boys Town still have this clean sheet.
Boys Town came into this game with a chance of winning for more than one reason. As we watch Ricketts down the left side, his cross inside is parried away by Porter, and Frey with a vital clearance. Oh, Boys Town's entire defensive lineup now getting in the hunt. Again, a foul here on Benjamin, an unnecessary foul on McGregor. Here's the separate. I'm not sure what Porter was thinking here. The ball was heading goalwards because he had left his near post a little bit unguarded and just slapped the ball away.
Very ungainly from the experienced keeper.
Yeah, I think he was badly positioned. If he had positioned himself better, he may have been able to take the ball a little easier.
Well, he would have been able to catch it.
Well, yes. But we just spoke about his
from the sublime
nuances.
to the ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah. Price and McGregor standing behind the ball for Tivoli. So Tivoli anxious here for the equalizer. We are less than 5 minutes from full time, plus time to be added on for stoppages. A 4-man wall here set up by Boys Town. McGregor's effort is straight into the wall. Teddy Johnson fails to get the shot off. The ball is airborne and in trouble for Boys Town. Nicholson helps out as defense. Frey with a desperate clearance. Ricketts. Reed's cross to the far post is not well hit, and his teammates are angry with a 34-year-old for not getting a better cross in.
So much time, Rohan Reed. So much time. Almost criminal to not make that pass.
Yeah, has 7 caps for Jamaica internationally. I think 2 or 3 years ago, worked his way into the national team based on outstanding performances for Arnett Gardens, who he had played for at the time. Now at Tivoli. Here's Porter, Boys Town's goalkeeper. So Boys Town minutes away from securing 3 points here in their battle to avoid relegation.
Rafiq Thomas Lance, small man, very difficult to knock off the ball.
Yes, Hardware. Poor pass by Hardware. Teddy Johnson with a header on. Porter holds onto the ball. We're just a few minutes away from the final whistle. Boys Town looking for a victory here, was suggesting that although there's such a huge gap between these two teams in the points table, Boys Town did come in here with a shout. They had beaten Tivoli 3-1 the first time they had met this season. The second meeting saw Tivoli avenging with a 4-0 victory over Boys Town. There is something about this Boys Town team that made you want to ignore their wretched statistics of the season. 51 goals conceded. A goal difference of -24, which is by far the worst in the league at the moment. 16 losses in the season so far. Porter with a fine save. but a team in the past 3 or 4 weeks that has shown the type of form that completely belies those really terrible statistics. So I was willing to throw that out of the door, George, because the Boys Town team of the past 3 or 4 weeks has been a much better team than their stats and their overall season suggests.
Oh yes, bad foul there in front of the Tivoli bench. As we see a change being made, Shivani Willis is coming on for Boys Town as soon as this gets sorted out. Ricketts, the substitute.
So we're caught between Ellis and Shamar Nicholson. And does Dennis get into the fray as well?
Yes, he does for mine, because he's been a stalwart at the back, and it all starts in defense.
So we're going to make another substitution now. And we're in the final minute of normal time. Nicholson is about to exit the game, and the Jamaica College teenager, Shavana Willis, is going to come on here for Boys Town on 89 minutes.
Interesting that they're taking out Shamar Nicholson at this point, Lance. He's been Boys Town's best defender in the past 4 or 5 minutes, heading away those crosses that have come from corner kicks and free kicks from Tivoli. But he leaves the field potentially the match winner. That's the young man prepared to come in. Very elegant player, Shavani Willis. They say the good players always look as if they have time on the ball. He has that air about him.
Yeah. Just 19 years old, part of the Jamaica College. There's the Nicholson goal in the second half that has Boys Town here leading by 1-0. Nicholson exits the game, having done his job, and the 19-year-old Jamaica College student, Shavana Willis, is on now to try to keep the Boys Town lead in the match. He's primarily, Willis, an offensive player. I'm pretty certain that he'd want to ensure that Boys Town has as many players behind the ball for the remaining 3 minutes, added on for stoppages. Tivoli, though, have been rampant here in the last 10 to 15 minutes searching for the equalizer. Can they get it? Wayne Ellis, we make the man of the match for his stout performance in defense for Boys Town today. Wayne Ellis, he spotted the defense now, trying to keep Tivoli out. Reed is unable to keep the ball in, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. So the time running out now, just over 2 minutes remaining in the 3 minutes added on for stoppages. Boys Town are on the verge of a 4th consecutive win after beating Jamalco, Marble Hughenden and Mobe United. Looking to secure themselves top flight football again next season after spending 80% of the current season looking as if they would be relegated. Boys Town bringing on another Jamaica College Manning Cup player, Orlando Brown. And Brown is getting ready to come on.
Michael Campbell is going to come out.
So the 38-year-old Campbell exits the game. And the Tivoli fans are also stepping away as well, because they probably see this as a losing outing here for the home team. Reed goes up for the header and wins it. Wilson with the clearance. Rafiq Thomas puts pressure on. Seavright fights hard for the ball. Brown, the substitute for Boys Town, gets into the fray as well. Johnson being shoved from behind by Dennis. Protects the ball well. Oh, and he's...
gets a yellow card.
Yellow card. Was that the elbow flaring there?
Yes. It was sort of a half elbow, because it wasn't swung with full force.
Yeah. But I think he was, he was just tired of the nagging challenges from behind by Dennis. He could have easily gotten a red card for that.
Yes, he could have. Yes, it is. Number 14 of the season. Yellow card number 14. So 16 goals and 14 yellow cards.
Wow, so there's a race going on there with those stats as well. I would suggest that he may pretty well have the the goal scoring table sewn up, because Boys Town will not, we think, be playing in the post-season after the regular season, so he will stop pretty soon. And the end of the game finds Boys Town winning by 1-0, and Andrew Price and the Boys Town camp securing a 4th consecutive victory and stretching their unbeaten run to 5 games after being destined for relegation. The Red Brigade showing their fighting qualities, coming to the Edward Seaga Sports Complex and stopping the number 2 team Tivoli to snatch a 1-0 victory on Shamar Nicholson's second half strike.
And it's good to see one of the best young strikers, young players in the league being the difference between these two sides this afternoon. All right, we send it to the break with news that Boys Town won, Tivoli 0 at full time. Don't go anywhere. We have more after the break.
Say one bag of gold medal pan me now. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Pan up pour them a singing anthem. Red stripe, watch out. Man shall I better forward boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal win a run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now.
The Red Stripe Premier League for champions only.
So the Edward Seaga Oval provided the venue for this match between 2nd and the 9th coming into this, the 30th round of matches in the RSPL. That man, Shamar Nicholson, had a crucial role to play in the proceedings over the 90 minutes. Well, he was substituted late on, but he did the damage. This is Michael Campbell's free kick. Nicholson misses the header, but gets up like a flash, and Kevin Graham, the Tivoli defender, unwittingly providing the assist off his side. The ball ricocheting off Graham's side, and Nicholson reacting quickest to their bounce and volleying home beyond Watkins' dive. Michael Campbell accurate from the free kick. Nicholson mistimed his jump but didn't mistime his reaction to the rebound, and Kirk Porter, the veteran, kisses his badge as Schick Nicholson now does his trademark goal celebration in front of his nonplussed coach. All right, the possession, 55% of the ball controlled by the home team Tivoli. There were 29 fouls, 15 for Tivoli, 14 for Boys Town. There were 5 attempts on target by Tivoli and 3 for Boys Town. 5 yellow cards in total, 3 for Tivoli and 2 for the Boys Town team. Wayne Ellis, the man of the match, is standing by with Danique.
Thanks, G. I'm here with the MVP for today, Wayne Ellis. Wayne, how does it feel to be the most valuable player of today's match?
Actually, it was a great feeling, you know. But I mean, it was a totally team effort, you know. The most important thing, we get the 3 points, and that's what counts, you know. Distance to self from the bottom too.
And that's good. Congratulations on your win, by the way. And of course, I want to present you with this trophy on behalf of the Sportsmax team. You're a man of the match for today, well deserved. But we're not done yet. Assistant brand manager of Red Stripe, Rashima Kelly, has a 1-liter bottle of Red Stripe for you. Do not drink it all off one time. Thank you. 18 years or older, drink responsibly. That is Wayne Ellis, MVP for today's matchup between Tivoli Gardens and Boys Town FC. Let's now go over to Lance, who is with the coaches.
Thank you very much, Danique. Boys Town and Tivoli locked in an intense battle here. Tivoli losing by 1-0. Damien, a tough match here for Tivoli this afternoon against arch rivals. What did you make of the performance from Tivoli today?
It was an even game. What can I say? They played their hearts out today. But we went to sleep on a dead ball situation that we have been training on so well, yeah, in training. We know they had a target player. He scored today. We just need to man mark him a little bit better, and it would have been 0-0. We would have gotten a point from the game. Yeah.
Your bid now to win the regular season title and the $1 million in prize money, almost 8,000 US, looking a little dodgy now with this loss. How much of a setback is this defeat to you?
It is a setback because we wanted to win that $1 million. But again, this team is a very competitive team. Yeah, what we need to do is just go back and start to train well, and then we do better in games like these that we need to win. Games that are so tight like this, we just need to stick to finer details, and then we cross the line.
And finally, Damien, we know that the playoffs is really what will matter for the championship honors. But you've now lost 3 of your last 6 games. Worried at all, or uncomfortable that your form may be going close to the playoffs?
It is a concern, a major concern, but I said we just have to go back in terms of what we used to do at the beginning, yeah? Simplicity, yeah? Simplest thing, the simplest way, and we will move forward.
Thank you very much. Damian Gordon, assistant coach, well, at the moment serving as a head coach for Tivoli in the absence of Omar Edwards, who is away on a coaching course in Europe. Andrew Price, winning coach this afternoon. Before I ask him anything about the game, Andrew, your mannerism on the bench today was very calm. Are you well?
Yes, I am. I'm very well. But the team needs to see that I am in control and they feed off me. And, you know, they know that when I get up, that's when they need to start get going. So, you know, basically I only get up when it's necessary. But I think they played a good game today. They showed a lot of commitment. They showed a lot of fight. I think defensively we were very sound. And, you know, Shamar came up with the all-important goal as he normally does for Boys Town. And, you know, he's a real fine and a good player to coach.
Yeah. When he scored, he came to the bench and took your cap off. You didn't even celebrate. And he wore your cap and celebrated with the crowd. What was that about?
Yeah, he's been doing that from a 17-year-old. When I gave him his debut as a 17-year-old in the Jackie Bell, that's the first thing he did when he scored his first goal. So he has been doing it for a little while now. So I'm used to it. So that's why I didn't even react.
4 games now in a row. 4 victories for Boys Town. 5 games now undefeated. What a revival.
Well, you know, our backs are against the wall, Lance, so we definitely needed to come out and win these games. You know, I told the team the last 7 games, we're going to treat them as cup finals, and we have been doing that. We're really going out there, committed, playing hard, and doing what it's required to get the 3 points. And we have gone 4 straight now. Let's see if we can go 5.
Final question. We were talking about the man of the match honor for today, and it was pretty obvious that the defensive performance of Boys Town would have weighed heavily in our decision. Dennis and Ellis as your 2 central defenders, but Frey also played strong at defense as well. Your defenders really did it for you today, didn't they?
They definitely did, you know, and when you look at the fact that our most experienced defender, Xavier Virgo, has been out for the last 3 games with a groin injury, I think Kevin Wilson came in and fit in very admirably. I think the defensive unit really played well. Kirk really marshaled them around the back there in goal, and I think, you know, we kept a clean sheet, and that's important. You know, we have been conceding a lot of goals throughout the season, so when we go into games and, you know, we can win them by 1-0, then that means the defense is doing a good job.
Thank you very much, Andrew, and best of luck for the remainder of the season. You need it. It is a warlike battle for relegation.
Definitely. That's what makes the league exciting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's Andrew Price, head coach of the Boys Town team, and they have really been, in the past couple of weeks, a team revived. A real tough match this afternoon. We spoke about the 2 teams having players that have played for both teams, and a derby match, the kind of match that sets up for a lot of intensity and so on. I didn't think we saw it that much in the first half, but certainly the second half it flourished.
Yeah, that's when the teams realized that they had to step up the pace, and the quickened pace created better football. But 2 points to make. One, this surface here at the Tivoli, at the Edward Siago Sports Complex, is not conducive to the type of game that Tivoli loves to play, especially with the main players they have. The Julian McGregors and, of course, Jermaine Johnsons of this world don't relish playing on this surface, and playing here at home almost blunts the edge that Teddy Johnson normally brings to a game. And the second point to note is that Boys Town in defense, from the goalkeeper across the central defenders and the 2 fullbacks. Don't forget that for a large part of this season, they played with a teenager in goal, young Thomas, who had no experience and who could not show any leadership or exert any influence on the back line, and was berated for the soft goals he kept letting in. Kirk Porter has come after some issues that kept him out of the island for a long spell, and his return and his stability in the back line has seen Boys Town play better in recent weeks, and everything starts with a clean sheet. And the 2 men in the middle, Dennis and Ellis. Dennis Ellis, we can call them that. They were immense, and then of course their match winner did his job.
Yeah, and Danique, you had predicted a draw, and for a long way it looked as if it may have ended in a draw.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, the first half of the match was really very, yeah. I didn't really see any intensity. I didn't see any passion until the second half, as George said, when you really saw the desperation kicking in, like, okay, we only have 45 minutes left to make a difference. And, you know, I have to really shout out to Shamar Nicholson. Personally, I think that goal was a buck-ups, but, I mean, you know, it was a nice setup. It was a nice setup, and he got it in, so that was a good look for Boys Town. Well-deserved match, though. Well-deserved win.
Yeah, he reacted well.
Yeah.
Young player Shamar Nicholson, spoken very highly of by the coach Andrew Price, and also the Tivoli coach spoke highly of him, Damian Gordon, because it was clear that their game plan was to stifle him and not allow him the opportunity. So he seems very disappointed that they allowed him to score.
Just before we do the Monday night promo, Lance, I want the Premier League to be very good, of course, because we commentate on it, we carry it here on Sports Max. But for Shamar Nicholson's sake, I hope he's not in this league next season. He deserves to be playing at a higher level. He's so good. And this young boy just turned 20 years old. He has everything. The sky's the limit.
Yep.
Yeah, so Boys Town getting their 4th victory in a row and pulling themselves up the ladder and away from the relegation zone. There are still a few more weeks remaining of Premier League football, so Boys Town will have to continue their revival if they are to save themselves from relegation. Monday night football comes up. You can't afford to miss it. UWI having an opportunity to move 8 points clear of Tivoli now in the standings because of Tivoli's loss today. UWI Humberland, 2 hungry teams looking for success. Never before champions of Premier League football, but both playing well enough so far this season to suggest that either of them could emerge champions. Don't miss it. It's 8:30 Eastern Caribbean time, 7:30 in Jamaica. Humberland against UWI. Red Stripe Football Mondays. Don't miss it.